Hi guys, and welcome to my first impressions video of the new Ride 4 game. We're going to start with some gameplay footage, and we're going to be going around the Yokohama International Circuit. So, going to start off with that, and then we'll get into a bit more detail, obviously, of the things I like about the game. Now I've had it a few days, and obviously show you around the rest of the menus and stuff like that. So it gives you a good idea on what this new game brings out. But yeah, let's get into the action. there we have it. Obviously, the one of the later races now. Obviously, in the I say later races in the career. Something probably 10 or 11 hours in now. We're into our career mode, and obviously, yeah, that's sort of some of the bikes now you get, which you do get quite early in the game, but obviously, as you can see, we're up to a level 67. But yeah, let me get into some of the things that I think are really good about this game, and then obviously talk about some of the things not so good on this game as such for me personally on a personal level. First off, though, we'll start with sort of career mode. Obviously, people who enjoy the single player games will probably really enjoy this one as well. Obviously, when you first start the game, you have the three different sort of leagues you can pick. So obviously, European, your Asian, and your American. And so I went with the European League, and sort of you have to complete licenses in order to unlock the rest of the categories. And so yeah, we obviously started in Europe, and we did the license, which starts with you start with some pretty good tracks, I would say. Obviously, Brands Hatch, Nürburgring, and obviously finish with a favorite sort of amongst bike fans in Mugello. It was only the short one, but still, either way, Mugello a good way to start the game. And then obviously you have exhibitions stuff as well to do before moving up to the World League. And so if you're sort of thinking, okay, campaign, judging by that's not going to be big at all, but you come to World League, and there is so many different events. So you've got your stock events, where most sort of championships have 4 or 5 races in each. So we'll just have a quick look into classic stocks. There's 4 events in this one, but the final one is in a championship, which is obviously 3 races, and they're 5 laps. So there's plenty of sort of career mode stuff. Obviously, yesterday as well, we finally unlocked what mode we've been looking forward to, and that's the endurance mode. So these longer races, longer things, longer championships. Such, I mean, the 40-minute races each time, and in a championship there's a good 4 or 5 races. So career mode, for anyone who's interested in it, plenty of options for you, and it's definitely going to be something that obviously keeps you going for a while. And then obviously after just backed out, after it we have Finals League. Haven't got to it yet, but then there's a big World Endurance League, and obviously World Superbikes as well. So not sure what that involves yet, but we've still got a long way. We need to win another 33 cups in order to get there. So that's going to take us a while, but as you can see, we're already up to level 67. We have been streaming this over on Twitch. I will leave my Twitch ID and social media links down in the description below, so be sure obviously to go and give them a follow, obviously, if you want to see some more ride content and some more in-depth stuff over on there. And obviously if you're just a fan of playing and talking to other like-minded bike fans, yeah, come and hang out one of these days, and obviously let me know that you've hopped over from a YouTube video. But other than that, we obviously have multiplayer, which is obviously going to be a strong competitor of what most people these days I seem to feel when they're playing games is multiplayer. That they want to know what's involved in a multiplayer game. So obviously you have your lobby list, so you can find one: public lobby, creation, and private lobby. So we'll quickly just have a look in the private or lobby options, and just to sort of see what's in this game. I haven't personally played so far any games, but obviously by the looks of it, you can have your classes, number of laps. You can have 30 lap races as a maximum. So imagine doing 30 laps around the Nordschleife. Pick any physics, but by looking at it, we don't have the endurance option. So that's quite interesting. Obviously, it's in the single player game, but nothing in the online. But anyway, we're going to quickly host a lobby. I do believe it is 12 people, so I'm just gonna pick a random track. We'll just go Donington. Before obviously, then I'll go into showing you around the tracks, the bikes and stuff like that, and then we'll get on to the not so positive things about this game. One thing I will say though, obviously for the most part on this game, is the load times are pretty good, but obviously the servers are currently down, so we shall move on. Bike and editor. So this is the where you obviously you get to do your final touches to your bikes, either whether it's looking in the dealership through the long list of bikes. I think there's over 108. Well, there's 180 180 bikes, ranging from Aprilias to BMWs to Harleys. And I'm just going to go through them. Not going to talk over them, and obviously just look at the bottom of the screen to sort of see the bikes that you might like to obviously use if you do pick up the game at some point. Yeah, one thing I'm just going to quickly mention. Look how much money though this bike is. I've been playing the game now for 2 days. I only have a million. Well, 1.5, 1.6, and this is 4.2 million credits, which is absurd. Yeah. So this is obviously going to be the fastest bike in the game, no doubt. But the price it is absolutely insane. Yeah, there we have it. So obviously there are all the bikes in the game. There's a plenty to choose from, and it's going to be one of those. Obviously, if you want to ride every bike in the game, it's going to take some time. I mean, there's 180 bikes. There's a vast majority of tracks, whether it's from the Nordschleife to Donington Park to Mugello to the French, even the French Riviera, and then bike tuning. So obviously in bike tuning, let me hop into this. Obviously, you've got all your upgrades and stuff like that you can do to the bike, which is great. Obviously, it bases it obviously on the fact of obviously if you play Forza Motorsport games, this is what they do in their games. Is you can upgrade. It probably has been in prior ride games, but I can't really compare anything that I say to previous ride games. I've always been down the MotoGP route, so sort of anything reflected in this video for me personally is always going to be against the MotoGP games. Obviously, it's done by the same creators, Milestone. So yeah, I'm basically balancing my game off of MotoGP 2020. So yeah, obviously you got all your bike tuning stuff, and then rider customization. This is one where I sort of feel a little bit it needs an improvement. Obviously, you have your rider info, your rider gear, great. Obviously, you can do stuff to your rider, but maybe in future, can they add a bit more detail into it? Can they add the height factor in? Can they add the weight factor in? Whether you have a taller, lanky rider, or you have a smaller rider like Danny Pedrosa or something like that, and building the factors, obviously. Can we have it so that like the likes of Danny Pedrosa absolutely rocket ships off the line with acceleration on the bike, but isn't as good through the corners because he doesn't have the weight to hold on the bike and stuff like that. But it's exactly the sort of the same features. Obviously, if you're in MotoGP 20 this year, it's the same sort of riding style list. You've got the shoulders out, the feet down, whether you want 1 foot or 2 foot, Reagan leg, things like that. Sort of the standard procedure. And into then the editor. This I think is going to be a big factor, obviously, for a lot of people. Again, obviously you have the bike liveries and stuff where you can make your own customizations, download them offline, and all that good stuff. So obviously, if you're into just creating designs and stuff like that on bikes, this is where you're gonna have a lot of fun. Obviously, you will quickly hop into one. I mean, there's people already doing Ducati deliveries and stuff like this, and even by the looks of it, a factory Yamaha, which is pretty special, to the best of the sort of what you can put on the bike on the R1 instead of the Yamaha M1. And obviously Hayes is someone who I've seen obviously on the MotoGP game. But yeah, there's some really good designs in here, and obviously a lot of stuff that people can obviously spend and play around with no doubt. And I'm sure obviously throughout the year there's going to be some long list of obviously creations and things like that. Then we have the options, which is just your standard sort of procedure. But yeah, that is sort of my first impressions, obviously, of the menus and stuff like that. If you are obviously interested in a more in-depth, as such, around how the bikes handle and stuff like that, let me know. Yeah, let me know how this first video went down for you. Was it good? Was it bad? What things could we improve? What things you enjoyed? Just sort of general stuff like that. And yeah, then hopefully over the coming days, I'll bring out some more videos, some more real in-depth videos on sort of how the bikes handle and sort of my favorite bikes and favorite tracks. But yeah, like I say, appreciate everyone for tuning into the video, and yeah, like I say, let me know, and be sure to follow all my social media links and come and join in one of my streams one of these days. Post the link in the description below. But yeah, until next time, ta-da.